Congratulations, we made it to 2024. The theme of this year, said the astrologer, is really important. Getting excited about life, recommitting, finding the joy. There's so many reasons to be sad. It's going to be our job to use the muscle without denial in the name of joy to keep the energy moving. 2024 is relatively steady, while 2025 is when there's some really big transitions. Saturn's going to go into Aries, Uranus will move into Gemini, Neptune goes into Aries. There's an incredible amount of shift that takes place in all of that was fire and air. With Jupiter moving into Gemini this year and Pluto into Aquarius, there's an excitement because it's double air. So people are going to be finding themselves a little bit lighter than it was in the last era. Jupiter in Taurus is going to be conjunct Uranus. Now, this only happens every 12 years, and it's in Taurus. So think Jupiter in Taurus, Uranus in Taurus on April 20th, which is a very significant marker because Jupiter expands, Uranus changes, and it's in a sign of money. So there's some kind of interesting dynamic with the money world during that era. Just after my birthday, you want to write this down, Jupiter moves into Gemini. So if you're an early born Gemini, it's going to be feeling it right around your birthday, like Jupiter brings luck and it brings optimism. And I've never been through a Jupiter transit myself that I haven't watched the generation of my labor showing up with fruit. Saturn and Neptune spend their last year in Pisces. It's been this way for the last 2 years. Saturn's been in Pisces and Neptune's been there since 2013. It's been 10 years. So when Saturn and Neptune finish in Pisces their last year, we are really mastering everything about altered states and everything about microdosing and everything about talking about the end of the illusion, the end of the dream, what's real and what's not real. How many people have been wondering, what is the nature of this reality? This is the last year that Uranus will be in Taurus. So that's been going on for the last 7 years. And that's all about the change of the financial world, the changing of the guard around the notion of security. We're not in the same safety land since Uranus went through Taurus. And now Pluto will finally be in Aquarius. It went back and forward during 2023, but now it's finally in Aquarius for most of the year. It will no longer be retrograding into Capricorn for good, and that starts in November. So that's what I mean by some of these shifts. And it'll be our job to pay attention, for one thing, to Mercury retrogrades. You want to write this down. January 1st, it goes direct. So there's a retrograde from December to January 1st. Get those dates. April 1st to 25th, August 5th to 28th, and November 26th to December 15th. You can just Google that or take a picture of it and get conscious about when those retrogrades are going to occur. And equally important is the eclipses. So I want you to stop again and write this down. In spring, March 25th, there's a full moon and lunar eclipse in Libra. Now that happened in 2023 as well. So this whole conversation of peace and war, relationships and being single, being married, getting divorced, that whole conversation's been going on now for over a year. April 8th, 2024, there is a new moon and solar eclipse in Aries. It's always the opposite. And in that case, it really is about our anger, our impulse control, and the part of us that obviously has not completed the word war yet. That would be Aries, and rewriting it and having some new thoughts about how can we live on a planet with peace. September 17th, 2024, it's a full moon in Pisces, and that's a lunar eclipse. So in September, we're going to have the dynamic arrive about the Pisces conversation we spoke of earlier. Do I want to be here? Am I spaced out? Have I grounded? Are my dreams coming true? And then October 2nd to 2024, it's a new moon and a solar eclipse in Libra. So you just want to mark those dates down. And that's going to help you identify the eclipses in Aries and Libra are asking us to find our voice in relationship. And how do we fight? What's the nature of arguing with consciousness? What's mindfulness when it comes to being in relationship or being single and not turning in on yourself? Because that's still a conversation between Aries and Libra. There's an eclipse in Pisces in the fall of 2024. It's going to test us about our spiritual practices and really invite us in the fall of 2024 to say, how am I going to stay grounded? Good question. Okay, that's the overview for what's going on in 2023, headed to 2024, and a little preview of 2025. That's all to say, changes in the air. Getting ready for understanding more? Come study with us.